His path will not be easy, but he needs to keep striving for immortality, otherwise the system will be useless in the future. Shuk notes that although Qiao Mu has been practicing for a month, there are hundreds of hidden abilities in this technique. She mentions that in the future, when Qiao Mu has fully mastered Immortality Punch, she will teach Qiao Mu a few more techniques. Qiao Mu even drools while thinking about it. He asks Xue not to worry because he can easily learn everything. He reveals that he has already dealt with Butcher Zhen. The heiress Qiao family is shocked. She can't believe a guy could do something like that. Qiao Mu brags that he not only killed Butcher Zhen, but also got hold of a secret letter. But this kind of writing style he himself can't make out. Qiao Mu holds out the letter to Xue, and she takes one look at it and immediately realizes what the guy is talking about. After all, the letter is written using the cipher used by the Wuji Association. She admits that she now believes that Qiao Mu has defeated Zheng Butcher. In her thoughts, however, she is shocked by this turn of events because she didn't expect Qiao Mu to be able to deal with the butcher at all. Waving the letter, Qiao Mu reminds her that since he has defeated Butcher Zhen, he must continue his training. So he asks the heiress of the Qiao family to come over to him and start meditating. He started meditating, saying that everything tangible is only an illusion, that one reality emerged from many fictions. However, after half an hour of meditation, mastering the Immortality Punch didn't make much progress. Qiao Mu feels that it is better to rely on system rewards rather than practicing on his own, because it is much faster. He even has the thought of finding someone stronger than Butcher Zheng and killing him. Xu, seeing Qiao Mu's confusion, decided to intervene and handed him a dictionary to decipher the texts, asking Qiao Mu to look at and read the letter aloud for her. Looking at the book, the guy is surprised by the fact that Xue can't see the text, but somehow managed to find the right book. He even wonders if Xue is faking it by pretending to be blind. Taking the book, Qiao Mu began to decipher the part of the text from the letter that he hadn't understood before. The letter stated that Emperor Dian was about to travel from the empire's capital, and the Wuji Association was preparing to gather its members to assassinate the emperor. The heiress Qiao family is shocked that the Wuji Association is planning to kill the emperor. She wonders if there are any details in the letter, and she is also curious about the location and when it will happen. Qiao Mu admits that the cipher is pretty hard to translate, and that he's not capable of much more than that, so the specific time and place he can't say. Xue is furious that the Wuji Association is pretty bold. She wonders if they would really dare to do this. Qiao Mu is surprised at how the girl was so easily pissed off. He wonders how strong this association is. Then the heiress of the Qiao family admitted that she had told him earlier that her family had been destroyed, but she did not give a specific reason. Wu Shengzhen, he is the second in the martial arts world. He founded a martial arts club and destroyed many families and clans that practiced martial arts. Because of his power, he humiliated and disrespected other clans and prevented other families from increasing their influence. Immortality Punch is a unique skill of the Qiao family, which is passed down from generation to generation by the descendants of the Qiao family. Wu Shengzhen never managed to get hold of this skill. The clan heiress didn't train Qiao Mu in this skill to kill Wu Shengzhen. She wanted to make sure that when Qiao Mu achieved great success, then no one would be able to clip the guy's wings. All this news made Xue very furious. She would like to kill Wu Shengzhen with her own hands. Qiao Mu looked at the girl carefully. He had never seen her like this and pondered over her words. In the end, Qiao Mu proposes a brilliant idea to Xue. He wants to join the association. The heiress of the Qiao clan is not happy with such a statement and thinks that Qiao Mu has definitely lost his mind. However, Qiao Mu stands up with a victorious face and says that his plan is cunning and that he wants to join the association and then kill the emperor. In this way, he wants to pit the emperor's court against the association, and if he can't pull that off, he thinks he'll at least find out what the association has planned to do. When he finds out the details, he will frame the association and help Xue avenge the Qiao family. The girl thinks this is unrealistic. She even calls the guy a fool. However, Qiao Mu was already unstoppable, and he plunged into his fantasies. He was already excited about killing the emperor. And because of this act, perhaps in the future, his name will even appear in the textbooks after death, so his rating will increase. Other than that, he was excited at the thought that there must be all sorts of skills in the association. He will be able to learn hundreds of techniques, including Immortality Punch. This is the very limit of dreams for him. After thinking it over and returning to the real world once again, he realizes that Wu Shengzhen is very strong and it's almost impossible to kill him, so he decides to at least cause trouble. Xiao Mu even thinks of a great plan he has come up with. Xue is strongly against such a plan, because Xiao Mu might get killed during such a dangerous sortie. Xiao Mu, with a nonchalant face, shows the girl with all his looks that they won't be able to kill him. Xu feels that the guy is not lying to her and that he is serious. However, Xue is not sure of the guy's intentions. She can only give Xiao Mu immortality punch, then why is the guy taking such risks? After thinking carefully, Xue comes to one single conclusion. Perhaps Xiao Mu wants her body. Just from that thought, her cheeks just flared up. She covered her face with her hands from all these thoughts, and Xiao Mu just stood there not understanding what was going on. Wei reluctantly admitted that she felt that she had repaid him too little and wondered how else she could help him. In her own thoughts, she is ashamed of herself for thinking so poorly of Xiao Mu. Suddenly, the guy himself agrees that Xue can help him with something. The girl is very curious about what it is that he can help him with, but Xiao Mu leaves her in disbelief, stating that it's a secret. Xue even exhaled at this point, because since Xiao Mu is not afraid, there is no need to worry about it. It's not easy to get into the association, so Xiao Mu decides to ask Xue if she knows any association representatives in the neighborhood. Xue knows the right person, Guo Yan, the ruler of Yancheng. Meanwhile, we meet young Master Guo, and we can see his subordinates beating passers-by with whips for obstructing their master's passage. The smirking subordinate tells other people not to stand in young Master Guo's way. The guy saw one person. This person was beautiful. This person seemed very nice to him, so he tells the person to come over. However, the man behind the girl drew his sword and told the man on the horse not to even think about it. The girl herself is not going to please such a shameless man, even being on the verge of death. Suddenly, two men with a mountain of muscles grabbed the man and asked him to go to their master. The girl even laughed when she realized that the speech wasn't about her, but the man standing next to her became furious. He called the man a shameless man, and the girl asked Zhang Lang for permission to teach the brazen upstart a lesson. However, Guo is angry about these remarks and tells them to wait to see who else will teach who a lesson. The pumped-up men jumped out from behind Guo and rushed towards the man and woman. They clasped with their bodies a man and a woman who were simply shocked at such unusual techniques. Meanwhile, Xiao Mu lurked right above Guo's head, just as Guo pulled his guard away from him. Taking advantage of the moment, Xiao Mu jumps out of his hiding place, and the impact of the moment he landed caused Mr. Guo's horse and servant to lose consciousness. And Xiao Mu grabs Guo by the throat. Guo orders to let him go, for he is the son of the lord of Yangcheng City, but Xiao Mu doesn't care for these remarks of the lad. With his last strength, Guo shouts joyfully that his father will arrive soon, and then the guy will lose his head. Xiao Mu originally wanted to be righteous and brave. Having killed the son of the city lord, he expected this group to kill him. But if the city lord personally kills him, it's probably even better for him. For all these thoughts, a message from the system suddenly appeared, asking Xiao Mu to act boldly. The current level was C+. Xiao Mu is surprised, because this is the first time a death assessment message has appeared, and it seems the system agrees with his thoughts. The couple who were attacked by the pumped-up men thanked Xiao Mu, but apologized for not being able to help him. The young lord's guards immediately rushed to his lord's aid, and the treacherous Xiao Mu began to slap young Master Guo's cheeks and mock at the same time. Even the girl he had just saved was in total shock, let alone the pumped-up men. Xiao Mu tells the guards not to move and threatens that if they refuse, he will kill young Mr. Guo. Recently majestic and allowed to do anything, the young master looked miserable. He didn't understand why someone would treat him like this when the city belonged to his father and therefore to him. He also begged Xiao Mu not to kill him. However, after looking at Guo, Xiao Mu was not going to let him go, so he told him to call his father. At the same moment, the real head of the city, Guo Yan, arrived. Xiao Mu, this man seemed very strong. Seeing such a pitiful picture of what had happened to his son, Guo Yan, in response to the words of the younger Guo, told him to shut up. Xiao Mu immediately pointed out that Guo Yan was good at martial arts, as just one phrase was able to cause so much tension. Guo Yan must really be a master, as he immediately noticed that Xiao Mu had not yet developed his strength, but could already hold a man with one hand. Guo Yan dismounted from his horse and began to approach his son and Xiao Mu. The pressure coming from him was incredibly strong, causing all the subordinates to fall to their knees. For a newcomer like Xiao Mu, This was also an impossible burden. Therefore, he told Guo Yan not to move and squeezed young Master Guo's throat even tighter. Guo Yan is also not a slacker and notices that Qiao Mu can use his strength, but against his pressure he can't do anything. He even praises Qiao Mu as courage is a good quality. After considering the whole situation, Guo Yan demonstrates what an excellent politician he is and how he can seem kind in dealing with issues. He asks Qiao Mu not to be so impulsive and thinks that they all have a lot to discuss. So he asks to let his son go, because in the future, as a father, he will take care of his son's behavior himself. Qiao Mu is disappointed by such a dull turn of events. He even changed his facial expression and absolutely doesn't understand why Guo Yan didn't finish him off on the spot. He doesn't understand why Guo Yan can't just kill him. The evaluation of the system didn't change in any way, and it still asked him to act boldly. And since the evaluation hasn't changed in any way, the guy needs to act. So Qiao Mu yells at Guo Yan that his son was beaten up, but he stands there and does absolutely nothing. Guo Yan, on the other hand, turned around to the two victims and apologized to their clan, because their clan is friends with his family. He promised to give them gifts next time for his son's rudeness. The victims didn't understand whether Guo Yan really apologized to them, but they have no choice but to accept the apology, because Guo Yan owns this town and they can't do anything to him. They accept the apology because Guo Yan is so polite, and they didn't think that a situation like this could even arise between them. The other people in the city hid and watched from their hiding places. They doubted that Mr. Goon would forgive these victims, and saddened by how many unpleasant events had happened in such a short period of time. However, Qiao Mu was not going to give up. He yelled at Guo Yan in front of other people, who thinks that if he pays everyone a large sum of money, everyone will suddenly forget everything, and that it seems Guo Yan often cleans up after his son's crap. Qiao Mu recalls that the son of the city head ordered his guards to beat up people who blocked his path. And did Guo Yan decide that all those crippled people would only have enough of his dirty money? Qiao Mu thinks that all this is too little to repay all these poor people in the city. These words and actions really annoy the head of the city. But Guo Yan tries to look good in the eyes of others until the very end, so he says he just wants his son to be okay. But Qiao Mu insists and tells Guo Yan that it's really very simple, and Guo Yan should kill him. What will the majestic city leader Guo Yan do in this situation? And that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you would like to see a sequel, please like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your wishes in the comments. You can also subscribe to Telegram to know about new videos. Bye everybody.